Okay, finally, there will be a meeting between, the National Security Chief Advisor and the congressmen in Nigeria as per the division of Nigeria, and at the same time, the insecurity currently ravaging Nigeria. But that being said, the U.S. Congress are telling Tinubu that for the unity of Nigeria to continue, that the Sokoto Caliphate must be collapsed, destabilized and collapsed. Do you think that Tinubu will agree with this?
Let me tell you, just without wasting time, I want to tell you that as the American diplomat has stayed with Nigerian National Security Advisory, as an organ of government or a department of government, gunmen called bandits struck in Anambra State, killing the priest's wife, Anglican Church in Lille, Ihiala local government. The priest's wife was shot dead.
Yala.
And the other person, a worshipper in Ihiala. And setting the church ablaze is still another great, story for Americans to apprehend. As if they were on it, digging it deep. The insecurity, the cost, the financiers in Nigeria, bandits actually, perfected what Americans believe before embarking on this journey. As if that was not enough, America has already arrived on the conclusion that Sokoto Caliphate is the international hub, international empire for terrorism in Africa. That if anything could work in Nigeria, United States of America is going to destabilize the Sokoto Caliphate. It is a must for Nigeria to have sustainable security in this current dispensation. If Sokoto Caliphate still tarries, there will be no security in Nigeria. So now, the question, the battle, the war is the financiers of terrorism in Nigeria. Number one person is Saduana of Sokoto, not allegedly. Because America has actually...
Not allegedly?
I'm telling you, America has actually discovered that each and any time a Fulani hunter is wounded by the farmers, Sokoto Caliphate will go mad. The next day, the entire community, Christian community, will do what? Suffer the loss, bloody one, lives and properties will be destroyed. What does that spell? What does that portend? It means that Sokoto Caliphate is the headquarters of terrorism in Nigeria. And America has left this kind of point blank for everybody to understand that Saduana of Sokoto is one of the financiers of terrorism in the northern region. Let me just shock you that when they were Fulani Caliphates in 1804, they worked hard and hard to sustain such names until the British come in 1900s. And they, after leaving Nigeria in 1960, the Sokoto Caliphate assumed that name. It was the Fulanis, the visitors, the guests to the houses that actually gave that name, Sokoto Caliphate. That's why Sokoto today is the capital and headquarters of Islam in Nigeria. And then again, we are not surprised on what is going on. We still believe that for Nigeria to calm down right now, for security to come back, be restored in all the regions of the country, Nigeria is needed to be what? Disintegrated. Why? Biafra. If Biafra still remains in their struggle to sit away from Nigeria, when Fulani man has not seen anything good in Igbo man, when Yoruba man has not seen anything good in living as a rock, only Yoruba, Fulani, Yoruba, Fulani, Yoruba will rule, Fulani will rule. Is that how to run a country, a secular country, a country whereby everybody is supposed to have their own chair of equal right of leadership? That is not it. So for Nigeria to remain as a peaceful entity, it must let go. Biafra must sit away from Nigeria.
But do you think that Tinubu will agree with America to collapse this caliphate? Because you know that the
caliphate is the strongest headquarters of Islam in Africa, and they are the international sponsors, headquarters, hub of terrorism in Africa. And if collapsed, I think both Sahel country, both all the camps of the Al-Qaeda and Aswap in the Sahel countries, in desert, the Sahara Desert, in Mali, in Senegal, everywhere, all over Sahel, Africa, I think the terrorists of 18 shall become a past story. Listen, Sokoto Caliphate is having strong tie with this oldest mosque in Africa, Timbuktu. The oldest mosque in Timbuktu, Mali, is linked to Sokoto. Listen, southern Algeria, whereby you have these fundamental Islamists operating in Algeria, they have link to Sokoto caliphates. Look at the Al-Shabaab operations going on in Somalia. It is straight to Sokoto as well. That is why Al-Shabaab attacked Nyanya garage, motor park. I don't know whether you understand, some years ago. And the Al-Shabaab assailant was arrested. And what happened? He was let off the hook. She escaped. I think she was a woman. You see how far Sokoto has gone to bring the entire continent of Africa down using Islam, Arabic ideology, jihadism. So what happened now is that Saduana Sokoto is one of the financiers. Badaru that resigned, one of the financiers. The one that negotiates between terrorists and government of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Sheikh Gumi. His father himself believed that Fulani is the father, the owner of the country called Nigeria. And we actually trace him as straight lineage of Ottoman Danfodio, the man that brought jihadism into northern region, 1804. See, let me tell you, if Sokoto Caliphate remains, there will be no security in Nigeria. Sokoto Caliphate is a place, is a royal, you know, let me say royal, how do I put it? That we believe, you know, brings terrorism into our system. And that is why nobody could stop them. Even the office of Aso Rock respects Sokoto Caliphate. If Sokoto Caliphate said no to Tinubu today, this evening, Tinubu will be deposed. I'm telling you.
Yes, because from the I've seen both of them together. It's as if he's even the president.
They
whenever
are
I
the
meet
one
Tinubu,
running Nigeria. Sokoto Caliphate is running Nigeria. It's stronger than the office of Aso Rock. We see office of Aso Rock as an organ of government that represents the executive. But Sokoto Caliphate is more powerful than Aso Rock office, that is office of the presidency. So we are seeing the Saduana Sokoto as #1 citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. More powerful when you talk about leadership than Tinubu himself, who is Nigerian president. So what I'm saying is that American congressmen, the lawmakers that are discussing right now with the National Security Advisory, you know, Department of Government is being seen as, you know, let me tell you, the final saying
in the country. Sokoto
is the headquarters.
Okay,
everything about terrorism in Sahel countries down to Nigeria here.
Okay, let's not forget that when Trump, you know, talked about the recent killing of Christians, and we expected that Tinubu should have ordered for the military to go to the forest and flush out these bandits. But what he did next was shocking. He invited the sort of Sokoto to Aso Rock. Is this not confirming what you are saying, that this man
is ahead of Tinubu? The president of Nigeria currently is Saduana Sokoto. The president of Nigeria from 1999 till 2007, Obasanjo stepped down, was Saduana Sokoto. He is the head of the Hems of Affairs of Government. He supersedes the office of Aso Rock. Who born you if you become Nigerian president and fails to visit Sokoto Caliphate? Sokoto Caliphate is in control of Nigerian government since after Nigerian independence in 1960. They are the headquarters of authority in Nigeria. Saduana Sokoto decides the fate of Nigeria on daily basis. If a military coup happens today, if Caliphate of Sokoto does not recognize it, such coup will be flopped under 24 hours.
Is that why their plan is to dominate and to take over the southeastern part of Nigeria?
They want to run over the entire region of Nigeria, especially southeastern Nigeria. They actually made an announcement to us that they have come and actually they have struck at Lilu. An Anglican church at Lilu in Ihiala local government was set ablaze. Yes. As I'm talking to you now, while the American congressmen, lawmakers are discussing at Abuja, FCT with National Security Advisory, an Anglican church in Igbo land, southeastern Nigeria, is attacked, set ablaze. The wife of the priest shot dead. I'm telling you, they are
so many were even
headquarters of is terrorism in Africa. I'm telling you that the office of Asorok bows. They kneel down before Sokoto Caliphate. That is where I can assure you that every powers in Nigeria, power sharing is rubbish. Whether judiciary, what do you call the other one, executive, and the legislation, they all answer to Sokoto Caliphate.
Okay.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in today. Sokoto Caliphate knows about it. Because they actually know that Biafra is the reason why the entire Nigeria will not be Islamized. I mean the Igbo race. That's why they are seriously holding on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not knowing that if Kanu dies, that is when Biafra will come as fast as possible. So it is either death or Biafra, as Kanu responded to Tinubu delegate that came to offer him 800 billion naira with some oil block as bribe. Biafra has come. Death or Biafra. That is
Okay,
that was his response.
Okay, but for a fact, you know that over $10 million was used to arrest or to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Over $10 million, and every court sitting, we know how much is being spent to to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu comes to court.
Yes.
Do you not think that with what is going on now, the persistent, continuous killing of Christians, do you not think the division of Nigeria before the end of 2026 is imminent?
Yeah, it's imminent because the persistent killing of Christians is being sponsored at the headquarters of Islam in Nigeria. The headquarters of Islam in Africa is Sokoto Caliphate. Without Saduana Sokoto, nothing, absolutely nothing about genocide, Christian genocide going on in Nigeria could be what? Well, stopped or halted. Because why? They are bent on working hard, seriously, right from 200 and something years ago, 1804 till date of southeastern Nigeria. Fighting seriously to Islamize southeastern region. Igbo man is the problem of the Fulani. I'm telling you, if you doubt me, ask the grandfather of Sheikh Gumi. Grandfather of Sheikh Gumi has actually declared war against the southeastern Nigeria. That's why Islamization process that started since how many years ago, after Atta of Igala destroyed Ottoman and Fodio-led warriors, the only region to go, to attack, to fight, to subjugate and bring down is southeastern Nigeria, the Igbos. That's why they work so hard making sure that Kanu is not getting his freedom to date. It is the handwork of Caliphate of Sokoto. Christian genocide going on. Caliphate, Sokoto Caliphate is at the helm of it. They are being used as mechanism to hold all the terrorist organizations in and outside Sahel countries to exude into Nigeria to get and arrest Nigeria, bringing down the Christians population in their largest number. Do you know how many Catholic churches that were set ablaze in Niger State, Plateau State, Benue State, Igbo land? They are doing this in their, with the highest zealousness they could. Zeal. Because they actually know that time frame is it. A journey of many miles starts in a second. As they are systematically reducing the numbers of the Christians, that is how strong they are becoming by the day, dominating everywhere in Nigeria. The numbers of Christians, the populace of Christians in Nigeria are going down on what? Geographical progression. With time, they are going to subdue the Christians and take over the whole country. Nigeria is going to be Islamic State by force. That was what happened in Turkey. It happened in Turkey, Europe, Middle East Europe. Turkey wasn't an Islamic or Muslim country before. Systematically, they fell before the caliphates over there. And the Islamization of Turkey become a success story today. And that is what they actually conspired to do in Nigeria here after succeeding in Afghanistan, after failing in Israel, attacking Israeli provinces and regions by Hamas, sponsored by Iran. Lestin is an ideology that has come over 200 and something years ago, since 1804, by Ottoman Danfodio and all his kinsmen in the north that migrated from Senegambia, to actualize their dreams of Islamizing the Igbo land. On their way coming, Ata of Igala, aborted that dream. Ottoman Danfodio was killed, died by the paramount royal father of Nigeria, Ata of Igala. That dream was abolished by Igala people. And today, they are trying to live up to that dream. Why? It was a former Benue state. That's why every attack in Nigeria by Fulani headers, bandits, is channeled to Benue state. Formerly, Ata of Igala was with Benue state. That was before the division, separation of Benue from Kogi state. So that's why you see this kind of pogrom going on in Benue state. Benue state is a perceived enemy of the Fulani Janjaweeds, and they're living to fulfill their dream. But the Igbo man says no. We said no, and we have been saying no. It can never succeed. Islamization of Igbo land is a failure, a potential failure. They can never succeed on Islamization of Igbo land.
Okay.